is which. So let's work some problems. Alright. So you can actually do these assuming you have a calculator, you can do all these problems up to the last step, which requires the software. So let's work through this one at least together. What's the first thing we need to do? Get a what? Yeah. We're not allowed to draw the picture yet. Why not? We don't know if it's normal yet. So we have to go through that part of the process. So that part of the process has three things. What are those three things? Right. I like to keep that as part 3. So first thing is find the mean. And what is the mean? Exactly. It's P, which is 0.47. Next, standard deviation. And what's the notation for that? Sigma P hat. The notation. Now what's the formula? It's P 1 minus P over N. Square root the whole thing. So that works out to 0.47, 1 minus 0.47 over, what's N? It says right there it's 60. Okay. So I'm going to work this out. Square root of 0.47 times 0.53 divided by 60. 0.0644. Okay. And then what's the next thing we need to do? Find out if it's normal, right? So how do we check to see if it's normal? Right. NP1 minus P is greater than or equal to 10. I'll put a question mark there because I don't know if it's true. So 60.47 1 minus 0.47, is that greater than or equal to 10? So you work it out, you get about 14.9. That's greater than or equal to 10. It's normal. We're good. Now that we know that it's normal, what can we do? Draw the picture. So now we've got our picture. What do we label? 0 in the middle for Z, and what else? 0.47, and that's a what kind of value? Right. So we label this, so these are p hat values. Okay. 0.43. And shade to the left, because it's less than. Okay. Yep. Divided by what? Right, divided by the standard deviation, 0.0644. Let's see what that is. You get negative 0.62. Z is negative 0.62.
No, that's the answer, or you find the area?
And well, what's the question asking for? Sorry? Right, so that means we have to find what? The area, exactly. Okay. So, norm S dist of negative 0.62. And that gives 0.2676. And is that our answer?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's it. There you go. So that's how you work it. Any questions? Yeah. Sorry? Well, next we'll do between. Okay. So, okay. So this is a continuation of this problem. So, first of all, let's write this down in notation. How do you write this down in notation? Well, less than, but yeah. Okay. So that's what the question is asking for. So now what do we do? Okay. Well, this is an extension of the same problem. So let's just say we did all, we've already done all those things.
So how did these scores do each one? Wait, here?
Sorry?
How do you guys
Because I'm saying it is. So what's the next thing that we do? Draw a picture. So, yeah, so what goes on the picture? And that's a p hat value. And what else do we label? Yeah, 0.44 and 0.50, and then what? And where do we shade?
Between.
Right, shade between. It's asking for a between. So, now what? Yeah, we gotta find the... Okay. So, so what's the first z-score?
1.47
The standard deviation, which was 0.0644. Negative 0.03 over 0.0644. And let's see what that is. Negative 0.4658. So that's this z-score. So now what do we have to find? Find the other z-score. So you get z equals, oops, .50 minus 0.47 over 0.0644. That's 0.03 over 0.0644. And what's that going to be? Yeah, don't use your calculator. Look at it. What's it going to be? Same thing, but positive. Exactly. So now what do we need to do? Okay, so let's do it. Equals and that gives 0.3207. So over here is 0.3207. Now what? Okay. Now, if you were to go ahead and do it if you were to go ahead and just find the other area and then subtract, that would be fine. But I want us to finish solving this problem using a little bit of cleverness. What else can we immediately fill in? Yeah. The two z-scores are the same thing, plus and minus. So what do you know about the two end pieces? They're going to have exactly the same area. There you go. Now can we find the area in the middle? Yeah. How? Yeah. Exactly. It's 1 minus both of those together. So the area is going to be 1 minus 2. I'm just going to write times 2. So it's 1 minus 0.6414, and that works out to 0.3586. And that is the area in the middle, and that's our answer. If they're not the same, then we would just do it in the usual way, where you find the two areas and then subtract. However, going forward, we're going to be working with a lot of problems where we have two equal tails. So this was an important example for that. So, any question about working through these problems? Yeah. Subtract what? Well, you can do that, but that's not what we did. Well, we did it slightly differently here because it turned out that both tails were exactly the same. So we used that fact. Does that make sense? Okay. The idea is that in this case, you can, since both z-scores are the same, plus and minus, both tails are exactly the same. So once you find one tail, then you know the other tail as well. And in the middle is whatever's left over after those two tails. And that's what we did. It might be useful for me to write this. Area equals 1 minus both tails. Okay. Other questions? BB, any questions? No? Okay.